This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to Cloverfeels. Before we get started, I just wanted to update everybody on some new developments in the ARG that happened very early this morning. Mike and I recorded this episode last night. So some very exciting stuff has happened overnight, literally. A user by the name of Beacons Music posted filtered versions of the trailer images from the different Deadpool trailers that we were talking about earlier in some earlier episodes, where the 10 Cloverfield Lane trailers had like a flash of a crazy image at the end of the trailer. And remember, we were talking about how people were taking cell phone images and they couldn't really quite make out what was going on there. Well, it looks like Paramount has released high-quality versions of the trailers, as I suspected, and they are all posted all over YouTube under very strange names like Parachute Pants or Sailor Monkey or On Deck. And if you click on those links, it takes you to literal YouTube pages that are named just that: Sailor Monkey, Navy Football, Flotation Vest. I believe, I don't really know how these were found. I think someone went searching around, maybe Dennis from Cloverfield Clues found them. I don't know, but now that we had high quality versions of these images that flashed at the end of the trailers, we now were able to find hidden images, hidden numbers, and they are actually coordinates. So someone discovered that these are real coordinates to a real place in real life, and it led them to a place in Louisiana, right off of Pellegrin Road and Middle Road, and a user by the name of Mugen's Keeper went to these coordinates in Louisiana and found a case filled with survival gear, messages, puzzle piece, and a USB drive. And check this out, guys. The way that he knew where this package was there was an empty bottle of Satsuma Fizz lying on the ground. So he decided to dig under that, and in there was buried a military case. How cool is that? So this user is posting things in the subreddit, but is trying to upload images and trying to get what's on the USB drive to everybody. So it looks like this is some insanity. There is speculation that maybe this isn't in-game, but this has to be in-game. If it's, I mean, all the images from the official Paramount trailers have coordinates on them, and that just, that's that. So, we don't know what's in the case. We don't even have images yet. This is being recorded at 9 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time here in Los Angeles. So I'm sure by now all sorts of cool stuff has been discovered, but I just want you guys to know who are unaware of what's happening in the ARG or do not have time to follow as closely as some of us can, that there is exciting stuff happening. And if you stay tuned, man, I don't want to make this promise, but this is so exciting. Maybe we'll put up a bonus episode tomorrow on Saturday. Because this has to be some exciting stuff going on, and I don't want to miss out on some cool stuff here, and I know we don't want to miss out on letting you guys know what's going on. So anyway, I know it's hard to, I know it's going to be hard to concentrate. I know it's going to be hard to be distracted by this episode of Cloverfields while there's some cool stuff going on in the ARG, but please try to do so, and we will update you guys as we find out what the hell's going on. All I know is that this is super exciting, really fun, and this ARG has been so fucking cool so far. So anyway, guys, just wanted to give you that quick update. Now enjoy this latest episode of Cloverfields where we delve into some past ARG stuff, as well as your guys' awesome John Goodman's face tunes. Very great job on that, guys. So enjoy the episode. Well, guys, welcome to Cloverfields.
Yes.
Some stuff has happened, and happy Friday to all of you. And thank you for listening to the podcast. We are now all over the board. I have no new information about what number we are on the comedy podcast list.
Yes.
But we keep getting tweets from it fluctuating all over the place. So I guess there's no consistency.
Top 100.
We're
Consistently in the top 100.
At
So
least we
thank you
can
for
say
that.
we're in the top 100. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Before we jump into the funness of today's episode, I want to read some tweets.
Tweet.
It looks like Backsorn at Backsorn Dominic. Know this man. This man's a SourceFed fan. He tweeted, "I started listening to Cloverfeels. Figured I should watch the movie first so I know what's going on. Backsorn.
Wait, hold on. How do you say his name?
Dominic.
No. His screen is net handle.
Backsorn.
Backsorn? It sounds like if somebody's like, why are you sleeping on the couch so much? You got a perfectly good bed. Well, you got a backsorn.
I thought you were going to say, why are you sleeping on the couch so much? You got a perfectly good bed in there. I don't know. My bed hasn't been working out so well. Oh, you need a backsorn.
Oh, God. I just messed everything up by being happy.
What do you mean?
I can't hear it anymore because I backed up and there's a situation.
You back?
No, still no.
Hold
still
on, we'll
nothing.
get you back.
I feel like this is an emergency.
How's that?
No.
How's that?
Oh, it's coming back a little
How's that?
bit. And it's not, and it's here.
You back?
Yes, I'm back. I promise not to move for the rest of the podcast.
No, you can move all you want, baby.
Either way, great joke. I was going to tell you with my laughing, but now I can't, apparently.
Thank you.
So.
Alexandra Frank at One Cute Foodie said, my dog pooped and it kind of looked like an M. M. Megan, do you think it's in game? Hashtag Cloverfeels.
Pretty good. See you next week, guys.
Corey James McManamy at LOL Soulless says, just stumbled across the hashtag Cloverfeels podcast thanks to Melinda Paolino. Holy shit, where has this been all my life? Well, it hasn't been around very long.
Hasn't been existing.
So now we're here, Corey. I'm glad we're here for you, sir.
Yeah.
Paul Fiumano.
Do you think that other girl feeds her dog things to see if her dog knows anything else about Cloverfield? I'll give you a couple extra treats today, and we'll go for a super extra long walk. Maybe you could drop a 118 away.
This one kind of looks like TJ Miller a little bit. Paul Fiumano at the Paul Fiumano tweeted, so I have a weird feeling 10 Cloverfield Lane may have an alternate ending for different theaters.
Oh, I tweeted back at him.
Yeah, what'd you say?
I said, what makes you think that?
Well, that would be really cool.
It would be amazing.
It's not the first time they've done that in movies.
Who else has done that?
There was a movie back in the 80s called Clue. Do you remember that movie?
Hell yeah.
Starring Tim Curry and Christopher Lloyd.
I've only ever seen one ending of it.
Well, there's like 5.
Damn.
And the studio put out different endings with different versions of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody who went back to the old water cooler the next day were like, oh man, did you see Clue? Of course I did. Well, man, what'd you think about that ending? Oh, the one where Christopher Lloyd kills the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking
didn't
about?
See that fucking movie?
Yeah, you didn't fucking liar. A lot of people died. A lot of fights happened.
A lot of fights, and that's why they haven't done it possibly since now. That would be amazing.
Zachary Whittles.
What if we saw different endings in the same theater, same screening?
Like it kept going.
But we perceived
like
it
the
differently.
credits would roll again every time and we'd just stay and keep watching it. Yeah. That'd be pretty rad. Zachary Whittles at Batman's Not a Bat said,
That's a great point, by the way.
Good point. Nailed it. I've never seen Cloverfield. Uh-oh, did you do it again?
I did it.
Let's wiggle it.
Yes, perfect.
I've never seen Cloverfield. I don't like horror movies. I don't like Twitter. But this podcast is so fucking funny. Laugh on Cloverfields. Thank you.
Yo, that's a compliment and a half. To get a person who doesn't like Twitter on Twitter tweeting at us about a podcast, that's an award-winning waiting to happen podcast.
It sure is. This is really cool. I don't know if you guys are watching 11/22/63.
What is that?
Which is a TV show on Hulu. It's a Hulu series starring James Franco, based on the Stephen King novel of the same name.
Okay.
And J.J. Abrams is producing this show, and it's basically about a guy who travels back in time to stop the assassination of John F. Kennedy.
That's nice of him.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
He just have a free Sunday?
He's got a free Sunday. Save JFK. Wash your hands.
Cool.
Hey, no, you're not late for supper. But no, this show has Mike. You might be interested in this.
Lizzie Kaplan.
The first episode of the show has the main characters in a restaurant, and on the menu are Slushos.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's a new appearance of Slusho.
Is it retro looking?
It's retro looking, and it looks really cool.
Were you super into it? Because you're the Slusho guy.
I love the fact that it's in new stuff. That makes me really happy. It's the first time we've seen Slusho in anything since, like, I don't know, Super 8 maybe?
Oh, yeah, I guess that would have been the last one, right?
Yeah.
Episodes of Fringe.
Yeah.
Was that the other one?
Fringe? Yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe
The
Fringe
detectives?
is sooner.
I don't know, man. I'm getting all mixed. I'm giving out.
I don't know, but Slusho's
sloppy
back in a
info.
fun way, even if it's just kind of a fun JJ thing, and
Yeah.
that's that.
Cool. In-game.
Thank you very much, Joe Garcia, for sharing that. At Jill has ideas, says, at Cloverfeels, I've been mostly lurking, so I thought it was time for me to give a small Cloverfeels theory.
Okay.
Bringing back an oldie but a goodie. This is a screenshot of a note, by the way.
Cool.
Bringing back an oldie but a goodie. I know Steve's theory is that this was all shot as Valencia and was only made Cloverfield related when they realized the money it would bring in.
Putting a lot of pressure on you, saying Steve's theory.
But how about this? Maybe that was J.J. Abrams' trick all along. Only him and the producers knew this was Cloverfield, and they shot the movie as generic as possible so the actors and crew wouldn't have time to realize what they were filming until the end. If you think about it, most of the stuff that makes it Cloverfield is all the special effects, so they could easily shoot in a way without giving hints. It would also force out better performances from actors with creating their own motivation.
Yeah. Also, to add to that, first of all, very good. And that makes me so happy that even the possibility exists. I know there's a lot of realistic things you could say to the contrary, but like that makes me so happy. And I don't know a ton about J.J. Abrams, but what I do know, it's a very him thing to do.
It is a very him thing to do.
And also, I read recently that the actors who had the scripts, or the actors weren't even really allowed to see the scripts for the original Cloverfield movie until they signed on to do it.
Right.
So it's always been very secretive, and that was with the first one when they weren't sure if any of this horse pucky was going to work. Now it all works, and we're all super into it. And, why wouldn't they be super secretive about it and Swamp Pop's still in game?
I mean, I am kind of a skeptic. It's true, but it's just, I feel like it's possibly still an afterthought. But at this point, I don't care.
Right. We kind of said that last episode. Even if it is
it doesn't
whatever,
matter. I'm
just
still
happy
into
to
it.
have it.
Thomas Adams at little underscore CC420 says, #Cloverfields, #tweets and questions. Here's something I thought about when I heard the last podcast. It's a screen grab of a note. If Mew got into the car crash and John Goodies saves her and she needs a splint to get to the stairs in the first trailer, why can she walk fine outside with the flashing light? This improves on Steve's theory that it is a dream sequence.
Which I loved very much.
I think that'd be cool.
Can't think of anything super creative right now.
Well, Alex Shepard, how about this? How about another tweet? Alex Shepard at Alex W. Shep tweeted a photo of a screen of his nodes. And he says, I think Steve's theory about the scene with the light behind the house being a dream is pretty valid. In that scene, Mew doesn't have a mask on to protect her from what could potentially be fallout. In another scene in the trailer, Mew is seen with a makeshift mask on her face, presumably outside the bunker.
Yeah, that is true.
Wouldn't she need a mask to go outside of the bunker, or is there no fallout in the air?
I can feel it. Fall out in the air tonight.
Also, I have to give a shout out to Joel Kissoon at Helden Arkham, who tweeted actual live photo of bunker and new message, which has a photo of John Goodman. It's a drawing of John Goodman with a green tube connected to his butt, and it's going into one of the drums. And it says, here's an update to funandprettythings.com. It says, Dear Megan, look, I need you to disregard everything your mother says. There's no more time to play games. It could happen any day now, as I've told your mother time and time again. There's only one way to prevent the inevitable from continuing once it's started. I've already self-manufactured a decent supply. The many flavors of your favorite soda have helped tremendously in my efforts, especially the praline cream. It really is magic in a bottle, if you smell my drift. I know.
To be fair, you got to do it in the voice.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll do it in the voice.
Do it in the disgruntled John Goodman voice.
I know only my concoction will cause the threat to be impaired, but I've got enough for both of us and some extras, so you choose to support me. Also, I'm glad beans are non-perishable, for I have many cans when the natural Louisiana cane sugar doesn't do the trick.
I got many cans.
Please don't listen to your mother. I'm not crazy. You know I'm right, radio girl. There will only be one way to stop this, and the answer needs to be contained. Love, Dad. Very nice work. I'm going to give it a round of applause.
I like it.
Beautiful image, beautiful writing. Great job.
You can't tell by looking at him, but John Goodman's character is a poet. You could tell.
Oh, absolutely.
I love that we also know both of their character names, and we somehow refuse to call them.
No, I'm not doing it.
It's just the actor John Goodman and these three letters for probably a British actor. Oh, boy.
Axel Larson at Stationary Gamer, who has a really funny avatar of Tim Burton's, Michael Keaton's Batman making a funny face. And he tweets a screen grab of the what was the secret gift I gave you on your 13th birthday. Yeah. He took a screen grab of his attempt at an answer with the tweet saying cross his fingers with stars on it, and in the little box there it says a fart bucket. So I very much appreciate that. Also, here's a really kind of scary tweet from @CuddlyZ. Cuddly Z says, listening to the new Cloverfeels on an Amtrak train when you talked about the train fire, my train stopped. I'm traumatized.
Oh, God.
Hope you're okay, Cuddly Z.
Yeah.
I like your name, too. That's old school.
Sorry that happened.
Also, Austin Hicks, really quick, tweeted out, just realized the opening song for Cloverfields is a song from Rob's Party in Cloverfield. Clever, clever. Yeah, it is. It's a song from Rob's Mix.
Everybody, it's party time.
Okay,
it's party time at Rob's house.
This is the final tweet here, and then we got to get to the goods. Not to say that these aren't the goods, but there's some more goods.
These were great today, by the way.
Yeah, I know, they're really funny. Andrew Holder at Snaps Bass, or Snaps Base. This is kind of hard to read, but it says, Cloverfields, please steep Mechazone. Please read this. Thori is good theory.
Okay.
And it's a screen grab from the subreddit of 10 Cloverfield Lane. And it says, hello, here is my Thori.
Thori is theory.
Yes, I'm assuming.
Okay.
So my Thori is the girl in the new movie is the Cloverfield monster. When she escapes the cellar, she is free roaming. So pretty much I am say the girl is Cloverfield. The world outside the cellar is New York. So good theory.
And that's the self-assessment at the end.
It's a good theory.
It's a good theory. Very Swedish. Very good theory.
Cannon Smith at Not Cannon Smith tweeted, Cloverfield's whether Swamp Pop is in-game or not is my topic for my argumentative essay for school. Don't worry, I cited Cloverfields. Thanks, Cannon. What conclusion did you come to? Because it's definitely not in-game.
What grade are you possibly aiming to get, do you
Hopefully
think?
A good one.
I think your top possible grade is C+ in
At
this
max.
particular max.
Yeah,
being nice.
Even though you did cite us, you're citing two total idiots.
Yeah.
So, but also a lot of people have been tweeting me lately too that there's like images of the Swamp Pops in the trailer and shit like that, and they're like, "See, come on, Steve, they're in the trailer.
They're in both trailers, bro."
I'm not denying that Swamp Pop is in the movie. I've never denied that.
Yeah.
100% Swamp Pop is in the movie. What I'm saying is that they used it on the set when they filmed the movie before they made it a Cloverfield movie.
Yeah.
And then once they announced a new Cloverfield movie was coming out, and the movie was that movie where they had Swamp Pop on the set, the Swamp Pop guys decided to get in on it. That's what I'm saying.
Can we have a little back and forth for a second
Sure.
about Swamp Pop?
Yeah,
because we
okay.
haven't done it in like
I'm
5
so
episodes.
sick of Swamp Pop, though.
I
But
get
go
it,
ahead.
but we
We've
really haven't
given them
talked about it in a while.
We've given them enough money at this point, but go ahead.
Then should we start by just saying don't buy Swamp Pop? But we're going to talk about it for a
Well,
second.
I'm not going to say that. 'Cause
No,
if they
you
wanna
shouldn't.
if they want to enjoy the fruits of this marketing campaign and they're
Yeah.
having fun and Paramount's okay with it, then sure, buy the fucking Swamp Pop. Sure, if you want a replica of the drink they're drinking in 10 Cloverfield Lane, get some Swamp Pop.
Authentic experience.
But I don't think anything you get from that is going to be in game.
Stay
I've always
away
said
from
that.
Fig.
Go
Here's
ahead.
what I'll say. That I think Swamp Pop was our introduction to the ARG this time. Because what came out
even if it's a game, Jack.
whatever. What came out after that was like the first ARG. Was it the Employee of the Month?
No, yes, it was the email. It was the emails from Tagruato that had Employee of the Month dates on it. And then
that
finally
led to-
that led to the Bold Futura, which led to Radio Man 70 and or is it Radio Man or what was it? I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Radio Man 70 and his whole thing. That's what led to it.
Okay, so you're saying the first thing, if it wasn't Swamp Pop, was the Targato email.
Yes,
Targato
that's what I'm saying
email.
is the first bit of official ARG business.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay, so really quick, before we get into the real amazing meat and potatoes of this episode, there is actually a new there's a new message on Fun and Pretty Things that popped up to yesterday,
And if you're
Thursday.
just joining us, this is kind of like a secret website that we think is an in-game correspondence between John Goodman's character and his daughter, Megan.
Well, think
Maybe.
is not the right word I'd use.
No?
We know.
Okay.
We know that this is in game. We know this is John Goodman, and we know that he's talking about his daughter. We
Yeah,
know
you're
this is
right.
official.
Okay, well, great.
But good wrap up. I like that.
You know what? I'm ashamed of myself for the think comment.
Well, go have a lay down and come right back.
I laid down for 45
Go ahead and lay down for about good 32 minutes and then come right back. In the latest update, this is from cloverfieldclues.blogspot.com, which is a great site run by a fellow Cloverfield nerd. And this site is very great. And it says, new message on Fun and Pretty Things, spy satellites. Howard reveals in this latest update that he used to work with spy satellites. He and his team discovered something, quote, up there, which could mean either in space or from space,
Right.
which I think, I know people have been like debating this in the subreddit and on Unfiction and stuff, and they've been saying like, ooh, they said we've discovered something up there, and they think he's talking about space, but I think what he means is
That's where the observation came
the thing,
from.
Yeah,
Right,
came
right,
from
right.
up there.
Yeah,
good,
I
good
get
sum. Yeah, that's what I mean. And the government's trying to cover it up. He doesn't reveal what he found, but he thinks that the recent launch of the new U.S. military satellite, which is another real-life thing that just happened, may mean the government is getting ready to do something about whatever it was that he found. So here's the full text of Howard's chat. Dear Megan, no answer yet, Megan. I understand you've been listening to your mother. She's been poisoning you against me, right? Not weird word. There are a lot of things you don't know, so let me tell you some of them, and maybe you'll see I know what I'm talking about. A wife should believe her husband, not undercut him, no matter how much I tried to share the truth with her. Your mother never took me seriously. You're old enough now to know the truth. I was working with very secret and highly classified spy satellites. I had clearance, and I saw things you wouldn't believe, things few people would believe. There was this mission called CSAT, where we were supposed to be tracking Soviet spy satellites, but what we found up there was much, much bigger. So they canceled the project and made up a story to explain why. But one guy I served with, he understood the importance of what we were seeing. He was kind of a mentor for me and the few others who didn't want to let it go. So we began compiling all of this evidence. And once we started looking for it, we saw the signs everywhere. We assembled so much evidence and tried to get the commanders to listen, but they didn't want to hear any of it. They shut us down. And they accused my mentor of spying for the Soviets. They sent him to jail for 365 years.
What?
And they made it clear that they would not hesitate to do the same to me if I didn't stop asking questions. They didn't want to answer. I left the Navy not too long after that, but I never stopped looking. I know little girls probably care more about horseback riding than following the news, so I'm guessing you didn't see they launched a new spy satellite into orbit a few days ago.
A little sexist.
It's a daddy talking to his daughter. One thing my CSAT experience taught me was how to recognize a cover story. They've used a classic one here. Vague mentions of national security and classified mission details. I need you to believe me when I tell you that when a new satellite like that gets launched, it's because they know something. Something that they need their eyes on. Something that they don't want anyone else to know about. And if the top brass is finally ready to deal with it, that means there's not much time left for us. If you were here, I could show you more. When are you coming? Love, Dad. So here's something kind of cool. Howard mentions that he worked on CSAT, which is a real satellite program that was designed to monitor the oceans. That's a real life thing.
Okay, so is that strictly oceans?
Oceans.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah,
because
really awesome.
There was anyway, I don't want to get too far off base.
Off the beaten path.
I was just reading, was it
Cloverpedia?
Mike?
Yeah, Mike, just before we started rolling, was reading into stuff about Clovey and reading stuff about Mr. Grumpy Pants, right?
Like when you type in Cloverfield monster to Google, Wikipedia kind of dedicated to the Cloverfield monster is brought up, and there's a little bio.
And it's really cool.
You see all of its measurements and stuff like that. And so you get into the origin, and basically, apparently this thing was asleep under the ocean, like 6 miles under the ocean, whatever.
Right.
When they were drilling the Slusho and all the Targuato subsidiaries,
Station.
All that stuff. They were mining for this stuff, the seabed nectar at the bottom of the ocean. They disturbed the monster, and there was some kind of big disruption, right?
Right.
So then they found that out, and they sent submarines down there to go check on the situation.
To see what happened down there.
And doing that, like, re-disturbed the monster, and that's when the Manhattan thing happened. Basically, they found the monster, and then they built what they told everyone was a drilling station over where they had found the monster.
Oh.
And then they sent satellites down there, and that's when...
submarines, you mean?
Submarines. Back in the 11808 days, there were like grainy black and white images of
the
these
ocean
parasites.
With, like, parasites. Yeah.
They were the same parasites on the ocean floor.
Yeah.
And
presumably,
it's cool pictures too. Right. Presumably feeding off like the back of this thing.
Yeah, because it was those parasites were hanging on to Clovey when he came out.
Right, exactly. Falling off of him. Eating
he was like
people who trip.
Scratching his back on the.
He was doing,
and then
that.
All those little parasites were falling. Yeah.
So that can very much. The only thing that fucks me up is I'm pretty sure those were all Japanese companies and Japanese submarines, but he keeps saying the Soviets. So that's what's kind of throwing me off.
Yeah, what's the Soviet thing? Yeah.
I don't know.
But there is like a lot of stuff that happened with the ocean in the original ARG, and now we have that Howard, John Goodman's character, is revealing that he worked on a satellite program called CSAT.
Yeah.
Which, if you look it up on the internet, it was a real satellite program that they designed to monitor the oceans, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Now, conspiracy theorists think that the military shut down CSAT when they discovered it could also be used to track submarines, using a short circuit as a covering story. So that's real life.
Dude, see, I'm almost thinking that what he saw, what he's describing right now, they're explaining the pictures that we got 8 years ago.
So maybe that's what he's talking about. He saw those pictures.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dude,
oh my God, that's so cool.
Why not make this whole movie
that's really cool.
explaining all this shit they established 8 years ago that just went nowhere?
Yeah, now there's an actual thing to it. This character in this movie knows about all the ARG stuff from the old movie that we were all researching. Mm-hmm. That's cool. So it's almost like an in-universe person knows about all the ARG stuff.
Yeah, because that is the same
universe. And because no
universe.
one knew about that. All the stuff we found out
and
about the
ARG
was because of the activists and the vlog of the girl whose boyfriend was kidnapped and
Teddy.
the seabed nectar.
Yeah.
We only know about that because of the ARG. Mm-hmm. Nobody, like Rob doesn't know this shit.
Nope.
HUD didn't know this shit.
No.
So yeah, maybe it's like, that's cool. Maybe there is a character that knows about all that information we found out years ago.
And that character farts into a bucket.
Potentially. Mike, I love this connection we're making. So check this out. He also mentions that his mentor was accused of spying and sent to jail for 365 years. Now check this shit out. There was a real-life Navy radio man named Jerry Whitworth, who was a member of the Walker spy ring, who was sentenced to 365 years for selling secret information to the Soviets.
Did he play football?
I don't know.
Okay.
Why?
Because I have all those still frames from all the different trailers.
Oh, shows like a football thing? And
but
like,
they all have to do with the Navy. And
oh shit,
they're
so
all
what if this
naval.
matches up with this Jerry Whitworth guy?
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to. I was just trying to
Maybe
make
not, but how
quick connection.
fucking cool is this, guys?
Mm-hmm.
This is really fucking cool. It's
Yeah.
like there is a real life radio guy.
Yeah.
A guy in the Navy that was a radio man named Jerry Whitworth who was arrested and sentenced to 365 years in jail for selling secret information to the Soviets.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, Mike, are you ready for this?
I am. I'm not doing anything else, so.
You know how John Goodman's character has written all this stuff saying we need to be worried about the Soviets?
Yes.
Maybe the reason why is because this Jerry Whitworth guy, who was gathering all the information about Clovey with John Goodman's character, and they took it to the military and said, this is something that's very dangerous.
And they said no.
They said no. Maybe
so
he
when
told
Dad
the
says
Soviets.
no, you go to Mom.
Yeah. So they
Yeah.
went to the Soviets and said, there's a fucking monster that's going to kill us all.
Yeah.
And the Soviets were like, shit, we need to do something about it. And maybe the U.S. was like, oh shit, now the Soviets know we're fucked.
Yeah.
They're going to drop a nuke over here because they're scared of a fucking giant monster. This guy was arrested because he sold all those things to the Soviets. He told the Soviets about Mr. Grumpy Pants. That's why we're worried about the Soviets.
So I'm trying to think of what he said before, because it made
Let's go.
him
Let's
sound
check it out.
like they were going to attack or whatever.
Right, because maybe they're going to attack because they want to kill the monster.
Oh, right. Okay.
But they're going to like drop a fucking bomb and kill a bunch of people in the process.
Yeah.
Shit, did I just figure it out? Maybe?
Maybe. Should we go home?
We're done. Let me look back at some of the old fun and pretty things. Messages here, and let me do a search for Soviets.
Okay.
Okay. I never want. This is from the first letter, way back. It says, I never wanted to have you learn about some of the things that I know, but it's a father's job to protect his daughter. I needed to protect you now. My mother never listened. Your mother never listened to me. There were things I saw in the Navy, things the Soviets were involved with.
Involved with, not like up to.
Right.
You know?
So maybe it's like...
Not the things Soviets were planning.
Right. There was a mission called CSAT where we were supposed to be tracking Soviet spy satellites. Mm-hmm. But what we found up there was much bigger. So maybe while they were tracking these Soviet spy satellites, they found Clovey.
Yeah.
They found the images we saw of the parasites.
Right.
But maybe the Soviets did too. And so the guy, this Witset guy or whatever, went to the Soviets and said, yeah, it's true. And now the Soviets want to make a danger out of this.
I'm going to look up, forgive me if I'm silencio for a little bit. I'm going to look up to see whether those submarines were Soviet or not.
Okay.
This also isn't what this episode is about.
No, but we're into it.
We're too deep.
All right. Just some food for thought. We're 30 minutes into the podcast.
Shit. Sorry.
Just some food for thought. Maybe not. Maybe it's just some fun, but I just fucking love that Paramount Bad Robot, they keep connecting the ARG with real life shit. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. It's a nice way to upgrade the old ARG.
And it makes you uneasy.
It does. I mean, I feel like the most realism we got from the original ARG was the MySpace accounts of all the characters. That seemed very, like, real life to me. But now we've got this thing where it's like they're referencing historical events and, like, actual people who were arrested and things like that. That's really cool.
Okay, listen to me.
Really, really cool. Appreciate that. Go ahead. What do you got?
The monster was first discovered by one of Tagurato's marine biologists, Kazu Ichigawa. Kazu Ichigawa. This is probably his name. Thank you. Tagurato later stole his laptop and his files, killed he and his family while on vacation in some national park that I also can't pronounce. Covering up the assassination. Assassination? No. So they killed that guy. And then they decided to build the Chuai station on top of where they found this monster, right?
Right.
Shortly before the rig was supposed to open, Tagurato sent several submarines from the station down 6 miles to the ocean floor to study the monster.
Okay, so that's Japanese then.
Right. So that's not a Soviet thing. That disturbed the monster from its slumber. And also, this is like a wiki thing, so this might not be like 100%.
Maybe it's not canon, but I wonder, for those of you that are listening that may or may not know and remember the original ARG, let us know via using the hashtag Cloverfeels if we're on the right track there, if that's actual canon. Because maybe that came from the manga.
Canon?
Maybe that came from... Yeah, canon means it's like actually part of the universe, the actual movie universe.
Oh, okay.
Are you good there?
No, I did it again.
Good.
I hit it, yes.
Anyway, so, I don't know. Let us know using the hashtag Cloverfeels. Maybe you like the theory. Maybe the stuff Mike is saying is canon from the original movie. Maybe it was mentioned. Maybe it's Nick Cannon. Maybe it was mentioned at some point in the ARG that all this submarine stuff happened and that's what woke up Clovey or whatever. I seem to remember that stuff being true.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Okay. Time to get into the good stuff.
Time to start the episode.
Guys, we're all caught up on the ARG.
Yeah.
People are doing some good work on the subreddit. Nice work, everybody. Nice work at Cloverfield Clues. Dennis, you're rocking it. You're a good man. Maybe we'll have you on the podcast soon.
That would be nice. I've looked at Cloverfield Clues for years and years.
Me too, since the OG, since the original days. I feel like I even maybe talked to him a couple of times when I got my Slusho car.
Cool.
Anyway, okay. We decided to do something very strange.
Yeah.
Thanks to Owen.
Speaking of hard people doing hard work.
Yeah, so we have a band, guys. Everyone listening to this podcast, whether you like it or not, you're in a band, and it's called John Goodman's Face. And it is what I think the first collective podcast audience band.
Probably, realistically.
I think so, and I think what we're doing is we're kind of compiling an album that has all of this great music, and so we asked you guys to submit music that you created yourselves via any means, by the way. Whether you want to slap a couple of spoons on your knee with the microphone on your MacBook, or you want to get your professional mics out and go into your sound booths and layer
slap
some
a couple
cool
spoons on your
there.
knees
in a sound booth. Either way, we asked you guys to come up with some tracks with music based on things in the Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane universes, be it something about Mr. Grumpy Pants or the Seabed Nectar or John Goodman or the bucket he farts into. And you guys insanely delivered. We've got a ton of tracks here.
Haven't listened to most of them.
We haven't, which is what we're going to do now. So what we're doing is we're going to feature as many of the tracks that made it into the Post Your John Goodman's Face Tracks Here thread on the Cloverfeels subreddit, which is reddit.com/r/Cloverfeels. So if we didn't play your track here, it's because it wasn't there. I tweeted out a thing from both the official Cloverfeels Twitter account and my Twitter account to post your songs there. So let's start. Let's start this up and listen to some of these tracks.
Also, if you hear your song played, and I would love for you to maybe email us or tweet us, have you ever been in a band with a better name than John Goodman's Face? And I would love to know that information.
Yeah, and actually, we have a official email account as well, which is cloverfeels@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Was not aware of that.
So, I'm sorry. This is the first time I'm mentioning it.
It's very exciting.
We have an official Gmail account. It's, again, cloverfeels@gmail.com. And you can send all of your fan mail or inquiries, or if you don't know how to post your tracks on the subreddit, which I would really prefer you learn how to do. That way we have them all there. You can maybe just send them via email, but I'd rather you send them, post them on the subreddit. So anyway, this first track is from a man or woman named Sea Viper, and they lead us to a Bandcamp page to a track by Cannon Smith, so must be a guy.
Must be in-game Smith.
And the track here is called Radio Girl.
I like it.
And the lyrics are posted here and everything. Let's listen to a little bit of this song.
I like it.
Dream. The end is haunting endlessly, and even as the days go by, I see the look in your mother's eye. It's doubt, despair, no need to care. When you leave, stay out the air. Radio girl, please come back home. I'll be waiting, and I'm prepared for everything right now. Please find your way. Gives way to light, and if you can't make it home, I made a place for you to go. It's underground, keep your head down. They could attack any day now.
All right, so that's super rad.
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
great lyrics.
Very great lyrics, and in fact, you can read them all on this site if you go to our subreddit.
Funandprettylyrics.org.
No, that's incorrect. But you can go to our subreddit and you can listen to that song and read all the lyrics. Really cool stuff.
It's great in game.
Song. It should be in game. This is great stuff.
I kept picturing John Goodman singing that in the video.
It wasn't John Goodman?
It wasn't. I don't think it was. Sounded a little emo-y.
We also have oh no!
Oh,
that's
yeah.
loud.
We also have
oh no!
the inability to control the volume.
Yeah, we have we have some more tracks here from Peyton's Trash Music on SoundCloud.
That might beat John Goodman's Face.
I honestly think you could be right. It's called Peyton's Trash Music on SoundCloud, and his music, he has 2 tracks here, and this first one is called John Goodman's Bunker by John Goodman's Face.
anybody say John Goodman's name that seriously. It's the best.
I haven't.
John Goodman's bunker.
Loving that bass line.
John Goodman's
This is
bunker.
smooth as hell.
John Goodman's
If
bunker.
Ovaltine was a song.
John Goodman's bunker.
Loving that accompaniment. Really nice. This is really cool.
Somebody should be doing.
There is a guy that we all know, but what is he hiding deep down below? John Goodman's bunker.
I'm hooked. I'm in it.
He's often called America's dad, but has he gone totally mad?
All right.
Pronouncing all the T's and totally. You don't hear that a lot.
You certainly don't.
It's dedication to enunciation is what it is.
The next song by Peyton's Trash Music
That's the best.
is a song called A Terrible Leal Song About Cloverfeels.
Two little boys named Stevie and Mike talk about Cloverfield all night. Argue about that swamp pop crap or MGP's Fateful Attack. John Goodman, he's in it too, and no one knows what he'll do. He's got a big blue barrel, maybe full of farts, or maybe just full of some high-end art. Maybe it contains the last
Can you
season
stop
of
it for a
Roseanne,
second?
whatever it is.
Here's what's important. This is what you need to picture, especially during the beginning of the song. Think about if this horror movie, this disastrous horror movie, Cloverfield, was a late 80s, early 90s TV sitcom.
Oh, you think this would be the theme song or something?
1000%.
All right.
Larry
I don't know,
Appleton
man,
and Balky
so sit down with
Bartakamus
Mikey
in
and Steve.
10
This is
Cloverfield
and
Lane.
it's what you need.
This is when they're introducing the neighbor, the zany neighbor. They're all- Kids are playing hopscotch or some shit like that.
There's a kid who opens the door and smiles to camera.
Yeah. Hi, I got your paper.
He's the neighbor.
What's that, a monster?
Cloverfields, 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 Cloverfields.
All right. Anyways,
like it.
nice work, Peyton's Trash Music.
So far, our band is terrific.
Yeah, Peyto, user Peyto on Reddit. That's where that came from. Joshua Fletcher made a track that he says describes as Clovey's cover of his favorite song, 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton. It's called Something's Making Its Way Downtown.
So far, it's terrific. You gotta picture the music video
Yeah, with the
and
monster.
just replace Vanessa Carlton with the monster. Clearly crooning. That's like the sensitive part. Yo, imagine giant hands just destroying a giant keyboard.
All right. Nice
Yeah.
work, Joshua Fletcher.
I'm gonna listen to that whole thing later. I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah, no, we need to.
Shit, you're not.
Yeah, no, that's fucking amazing. Very, very nice work, Joshua Fletcher.
Not a lot of people know that the monster could sing, because you see it rampaging through the city.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that it was on the first season of the British X Factor and got banished to the bottom of the sea. What do you think John Goodman would think of our band? so far.
I think he would not understand it.
Okay.
User Slippin' Jim says, here you go, guys. This song is called Something's Coming. Slippin' Jimmy.
Amen.
I focused on being prepared. I saved your life by bringing you here. I knew this day would come. I knew this day would come. I knew this day would come. I knew this day would come.
Something's coming. Something's coming. Something's coming.
I focused on being prepared. I saved your life by bringing you here. I knew this day would come. I knew this day would come.
I love that we got a little electronic stuff going.
Yeah.
I love that.
Needed to move a little bit. And we just did.
So Lil Acadelaide posts something that is more of an audio collage, but they hope it's fun,
Beautiful.
called Clovey Collage.
Something's coming.
That's what they say when we're together. And watch out.
Picturing the monster singing it.
Yep. Love the clips from the original Cloverfield.
Real
That's
good.
really cool.
Real good. Digging deep. I like it all.
This one is by J Newton 1018 and says, I threw this together on the fly, much like the guys at Swamp Pop. Oh, snap!
We'll dig.
Thank you for that. This is called Swamp Pop Not So Good by Jacob Newton.
Swamp Pop, Swamp Pop. Swamp Pop, Swamp Pop. I don't really like Swamp Pop. I had 3 flavors. That is only half the flavors. But I think that I can have a fair assessment. Swamp Pop is not very good. I used to be with Mike, but now I'm with Steve. I don't think Swamp Pop is ARG. John Goodman drinking a Swamp Pop. John Goodman drinking a Swamp Pop. I hope it's Satsuma Fizz or Noble Cane Cola, Praline Cream Soda.
All right. Nice work, J Newton.
For the record, I really enjoyed the Satsuma Fizz.
It was
I'll be
okay.
the first to say
It was okay.
It's very sugary. Okay? But the flavor is terrific.
Sea Cattle Moohawks says, here's my contribution, guys. Grabbed my rock band mic and channeled my inner Cobain. Hope the volume's okay.
Oh, boy.
This is called Must Have Been John Goodman's Face.
All right. Our band is great so far. I want to participate in all of these.
I know.
We're in the same band.
Underneath the bridge, Clovey's been unleashed, and I lost both my kids.
Very sad.
The statue's been defaced, and army's been called in, but still no hope of living till I get pulled in
I hate it when
to a bunker. That's when I saw him. Must have been John Goodman's face.
This is terrific.
Must have been John Goodman's face. Must have been John Goodman's face.
Nice work. All right, John Goodman's face.
Real good.
Nice work.
Also, guys, tweet us real quick. Will you be real pissed off if we join in and sing in all of your songs? Shouldn't be. We're the same band.
This is a song from Max Durden called Smushed Happiness and Farts.
Is this about Cloverfield? Hawaiian Airlines presents Cloverfield.
Now I'm not usually one for social things, but I went ahead and went to the fling because, hey, Rob is like my main dude. And speaking of social anyway, my therapist said it'd be okay, but that's neither here nor there. Nope, that's oversharing. 'Cause look what happened, Mr. Grumpy Pants came and smushed all our fun. But lucky there's a Cloverfields with Mike and Steve. Just a little deal. Where we discuss new mysteries, John Goodman's face, and other fun theories. Like fart-filled barrels and Satsuma Fizz. But honestly, Michael, I thought that was in game 2. But Steve ruined all our dreams and told us we would be stopping things after March 11th.
All right, Max Leroy Reed III, and that was Smooshed Happiness and Farts.
This is the best thing we could have possibly done.
You
guys are outstanding.
Oh yeah, no, this is all great. You guys are amazing.
Can I say one thing before we do these?
Yes.
I think it's obnoxiously amazing that we get to do a show that people listen to about one thing and just kind of be jerks the whole time and just have fun with this movie and people are listening. But I don't think it's really set in that actual people listen to this and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I see the tweets. I answer as many as I can.
Same.
People are super excited about this and super enjoying the podcast, which is amazing. It hasn't been real until right now.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, people listen to this and they like it.
This is incredible.
It's very flattering.
Yeah.
Thank you for those of you that listen to this, like Donnie Burhan.
Yeah.
And their track.
I'm so glad we're all in a band together, dude.
We're all in a band together.
I'm going to brag to everybody about this shit.
We're in a band. Tell everyone. Sing it from the heavens. You're in a band. DJ Unifish has a song called Young Clovey featuring John Goodman. Drop that beat, hot version, radio mix. And he says,
I bet it's going to sound exactly like the other song we just heard.
And it says, this track is hot, hot, hot.
Something's coming. Something's coming.
John Goodman.
I saved your life by bringing you.
Wait for that drop. Wait for that drop.
Still waiting for the drop.
Saved your life by bringing.
Whoa. We took a hard left.
All right, if you want to listen to that whole thing, it is on SoundCloud.
I like it.
Next up, we have one from Heavy Dirty Soul called "I've Never Seen Cloverfield." Macy Margot.
I've never seen Cloverfield. I'm quite confused about everything. As much as it seems compelling, what's a cute and pretty thing? I'm rather pathetic. Why is it called Mr. Grumpy Pants? I've never seen Cloverfield. In fact, I don't know who John Goodman is. I was 8 years old when the movie came out. When you're just learning how to read, you can't be a part of ARGs, but I'm just going to listen to this podcast. And guys, I'm really sick of hearing about Swamp Hop.
Ditto.
I've never seen Cloverfield.
That is a beautiful song.
That's the most honest song I've ever heard in my life.
What's happening?
This is the reprise.
How is it continuing? Oh, it's a different song. Very nice work, Macy Margot. You are fantastic.
Thank you for your contribution to the band.
Let's see. Here's my contribution from River Merrill. It is called Megan.
Megan, who are you? I tried to reach you and you're not fine. You missed my message. I'll send out some helpful information. Megan, where are you? I keep on calling, but there's no line. You're probably sleeping, but I'll thank you later, 'cause I'm losing my mind. You're right, I don't wanna fight.
All right, nice work. Love it. Song about Megan from River Merrill.
So much mystery surrounding Megan.
RG3 Music has a track, they said, freshly made last night for two funny people who talk about the ARG. Peace, love, and funnies to you all. The track is called Cloverfield's Song.
Cloverfield's podcast is gonna last forever in our hearts, in our minds. It makes up the very existence of everything. I said everything. Cloverfields, Cloverfields. Cloverfields, Cloverfields. Like Falzone and Steve Zaragoza. Two funny men with all the power. Make us laugh, make us cry, make us hurt.
I think you heard.
I didn't mean to do that.
It ain't bad. Cloverfields, Cloverfields.
Wow, that's really cool. I think that should be the new theme song after this underdog song has run its course.
It's a feel-good one,
I
except
love
for
it.
the whole part about how we hurt that young man.
Yeah, I don't want to make you hurt.
And sorry about that. 100%.
Sorn says, enjoy this quick track I made, an electric piano featuring Mr. Grumpy Band's bored college student with too much time on my hands. Never knew about the Cloverfield ARG, and I'm really enjoying following you guys around on this strange adventure. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
This track is called Rise and Shine. cool and creepy.
Dude, every time you hear the Cloverfield roar and you're not expecting it and it's not happening in real life, it's awesome.
It's awesome and creepy.
Yeah.
This is a song from Clovey Lover 9000 and says, this song comes from a very important place in my heart. It's called Hey Clovey.
Clovey, I love you. Hey Clovey, I wanna hug you. But when you step into New York, you kill everyone. Hey Clovey, you're amazing. Hey Clovey, can you have my baby? I wish it would work out, but that would be bestiality.
Yeah, probably.
Monsters.
Clovey.
All right, very cool, very cool. You can listen to the rest of that on SoundCloud. This one here is the best Kyle. He's saying, I'm loving all the contributions to this. Here's mine titled The Goodman. Had a lot of fun making this, and listening to all the others makes me want to make more dumb music. Here we go. The song is called The Goodman.
The man that's been aged 55 since 1993. They call him the good man to you and me. Now he's hiding underground in a bunker down below. Says he saved our lives from monsters. I don't know. He's the good man, America's favorite good man. Here to save us, good man. Swamp pop drinking good man. Do not fear, the good man's here to save us from whatever's up above.
Very nice, Jarble Gonk. Very nice work.
Yeah.
And finally, we have one from Charpy Bro. It says, here you guys go. Only had today to work on it, so it's a little rushed, but may I present Holding On by John Goodman's Face.
Bring it home.
New York, I'm holding on until you're gone. New York, I'm holding on. When there's fire in the
Was that
sky,
you, Mike?
No, it was
hold on to me for one
It was in game.
time. A fire in my heart and in the sky. And I'm holding on, and I'm going strong, and I'm till the break of dawn. We're going to survive, and I'm holding on, and I'm going strong, and I till the break of dawn. We're going to paradise.
So, these are all great.
Yeah.
Everyone did a really, really, really cool job, and I'm sure there's more. But we asked via Twitter for those people who would like to submit their music to submit them on the subreddit r/Cloverfeels. So if you're listening to this and you're like, hey, I made a song and I didn't hear it, then please send it to, please post it on the subreddit r/Cloverfeels, or you can send it to the Cloverfeels official Gmail account, which is cloverfeels@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And for those of you who were featured, fantastic
You
work.
did a great job. You made our whole night. These are terrific. We danced most times.
We did dance. You
when
guys
it was
couldn't see
appropriate.
us, but we danced.
Yeah.
We were shaking our heads to the beats, and everything was great. So guys, this is cool. We have a band. I don't know what the end game here
I
is.
mean, there's something missing from this.
Well, we didn't do a song.
Well, yeah.
That's what's missing. I mean, Mike and I are both pretty musical guys.
Yeah.
But I think we might need to take some time to
Okay.
come up with something really cool.
Okay.
Well, what were you thinking?
Oh, well, are those in tune?
Those are in tune, yeah.
Okay, well, all right, give me a second.
You want to grab a guitar and do a live Cloverfield song?
I mean, I've been writing this.
Oh, Mike's grabbing a guitar. Let me take off this song here by Jacob David Charpentier. Hold it on.
Okay.
What do you got, Mike?
Well, what I need from you, Steve, is you gotta hold on.
28%.
The song's called 28%.
Let's call it that. Wow, this is legit, huh? We're doing a song. Let's do this.
I need to. You gotta tell me what to sing about.
Let's make it about the seabed nectar.
The seabed nectar?
Yeah.
This one's called Seabed Nectar, 28%. How's that so far, do you think?
Loving it. Loving it.
Seabed nectar's on the ocean floor, we gotta get it. Probably wasn't supposed to go to that one chord, but we'll figure it out, okay. Seabed nectar's on the ocean floor. Gotta get it. That's not the right one either. We should take some time with this, I think.
Yeah, let's take some time with it. And, cause
hold on one sec. Seabed nectar's on the ocean floor.
And go and get it.
Oh, there it is.
I say we take some time with this because I think it should be very special that we write a song.
It is special.
And Mike, I think I admire your positivity.
I don't know
and
that
your
we've tried
activism.
this one yet. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Seabed nectar's on the ocean floor.
Gotta get it.
Take a mission to the ocean floor. Don't know when I'm seeing my wife or my dogs and my kids no more. Gotta get it. Seabed nectar. Tastes so good, gotta get it. Where do you get it? On the ocean floor?
Ocean floor.
Let's put it in a mass-produced drink.
Ooh, mass-produced drink. Gonna mass-produce a drink.
Where do you get it?
Where do you get it? You can't drink just sex.
Seabed nectar on the ocean floor.
Gotta get it.
That's not the one.
Guys, listen. We appreciate all of your hard work for making great music. And listen, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Cloverfeels. When we come back on Monday, because our schedule is Mondays and Fridays, we will hopefully play some more tracks from you guys. And then I don't know what the hell we're going to do with all this music. Do we put out a little album somehow?
We're gonna make the world happy. We're gonna tour it. How about this one? You gotta get it.
That's the chord.
I'm not even playing the right instrument.
So maybe we'll put a little album out and on SoundCloud. That's just a free album you can download with all of our tunes on it. I don't know what to do with it. If anybody has any suggestions, you can use the hashtag Cloverfeels on Twitter, or you can send us emails at cloverfields@gmail.com.
I got an idea. Why don't we make $1 billion? Is that even on the table?
Why don't we pencil it in?
Okay. I'd like to actually write a song.
I think we should write
I think we owe it to everybody. I think we owe it to everybody.
I think we do owe it to everybody, and I think we should write a song, and I agree. I think we will. We're both musical boys. I say we should. Seabed nectar on the ocean floor.
Oh, you want to go?
Gonna get it? No, we're done. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Use the hashtag Cloverfeels to send us questions and tweets. And if you guys want to yell at us for doing something or saying something wrong, you can also use the hashtag Cloverfeels, or you can send an email to cloverfields@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you all talented people who submitted songs for John Goodman's Face. Hopefully we can do a little something with those tracks and maybe go on tour, huh?
All of us.
All right, guys, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time
Love
in
you
here.
guys. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
That was a HeadGum podcast.